Bozo Net guys, K6MYC.
I think so.
Well, that was pretty weak. I didn't hear who it was.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I one day straight up there. I really feel well with it. California, I think, got a lot interested in me tonight.
Anybody around in Northern California or Central California yet? K6MYC, Central California, Bozo Net. Aaron, you must be there. You got the rig turned on. I bet you they're all over at OIB's TH having a board of directors meeting tonight. QRZ 2 meters, Bozo Net, San Joaquin Valley. Anybody out there? K6MYC, calling and listening.
KK6ZKE 704.
Well, good evening, Terry. First in the book for for tonight. Kind of quiet out there, except I'm hearing the guys in L.A. with their verticals. But anyway, good to hear you. How are you doing? It's warming up a little bit.
Yeah, well, looking forward to, I guess, doing some yard work and trying to get the old El Camino smogged.
How old is the El Camino? I don't know. After a while, you don't have to smog them anymore. You must be running to the end of that lane, right?
Yeah, it's about in the middle. It's an 82.
Oh, I thought they chopped it off before that.
Well, actually, Jay Leno's trying to get that done so you don't have to have a car that old smogged.
Yeah, it's kind of pointless because it didn't hardly have anything on it.
Well, unfortunately, it has a catalytic converter, so it's got to be smogged.
They tried anyway, huh?
Yeah, it's the old school smog system, so the smog guys don't like to check it.
Well, I guess it's better to have it than not have it at all, huh?
Yeah, it comes in handy, and there's a smog shop over on H Street. It's Leo's Smog, and he's good. He just does it and gets out of there.
Very good. I'm just reorganizing the shack here a little bit, finishing up a little drink of coconut milk I had here. Dinner's going to be a little late tonight. We overlooked the clock. We're not used to it. It's so light out and the sun's out and everything. Why should we have dinner at this time? Anyway, and Matt hasn't showed up yet this evening. We're not sure he's coming back until tomorrow anyway. Sometimes he calls me, sometimes he doesn't, but he gets in the middle of a project down there in the Pomo where he's building a new house and forgets the time like I forget the time. Anyway, no biggie. I can eat later. I'm not starving to death here. But we did a little weeding today. Hey, something different. I went out and found a weed.
They're out there.
They're out there, and they keep coming. Well, I'm taking on some little areas around the house now and doing a really, really super job just trying to get this little spot of 6 feet square cleaned up completely and get every little damn weed out of it, and then I move on to the next one. And if I come back to it in a couple of weeks, it's still something I can do it in another 10 minutes and I have it. So little by little I'm winning on the weeds, but at least around the house. But anyway, it's not bad. And it was nice. I was crawling around on my hands and knees in a nice warm sun on my back. It wasn't too bad. Over.
Yeah, I can't bend down like that anymore, so I rely on Roundup.
What keeps you from getting down? The fact that you can't get back up?
Roger that. It's just the back and knees and stuff, you know, as it goes.
Yeah, guess I'm lucky. I carry a little. I have a little foam pad to kneel on to keep my knees from getting really beat up. The thing that wears out the first, my fingers today I was digging in some pretty hard soil. And I was digging out little weeds that had a lot of root system and not much top, so I have to hang on to them real hard and then pull and wiggle. Eventually they come out, but it was nice. The little rain helped quite a bit to soften up some of the soil. There's just a few areas that have been hardened and haven't been worked for a year or so, so it's pretty hard. If it's been worked in the last 6 months or a year, it's not too bad. Anyway, I got another barrel of weeds today, so I kept the doctor away one more day.
Yeah, just as it goes, I guess.
A little bit better here on the vertical side. He's pushing over there.
Yeah, let's take a standby. Who else is in here? We ought to have somebody coming in here pretty quick. K6MYC Bozo Net.
KM6 SRR.
1009.
1009 and 432. Good evening, Rob. Hang on a second. Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, good evening, and welcome to Sunday, I guess. And yeah, a few more hours, it's time to go back to work. So there you go. All right, Mike, good to hear you out there.
Yeah, you probably were hearing Terry in Fresno there. Yeah, good evening to you, Rob. Is there a meeting going on tonight or something, Rob? I thought maybe that's why I can't get Aaron to talk to me. I thought maybe everybody was. I thought Ken said one day this week everybody's going to be over at his place. Maybe it was the 432 thing last Thursday night, but I can't remember. Anyway, good evening to you. Were you plowing weeds today too?
No, today I was kind of inside preparing for this beacon exercise we're going to have May 1st. I understand that Aaron has got issues with his voice again, so he's probably just not talking. And the Fresno Club's meeting net tonight just ended a little bit ago. So I thought I recognized Terry's voice there, but I didn't get a call sign. So KK6ZKE704, I think it is. And I'll turn it back over to you, KM6SRR.
Yeah, that's all we've got. Just Terry and I. I have called a little bit here, but let me call down south just for a second here and see if Ben is down there. N6SWR, N6 Sugar Whiskey Radio, Bakersfield. Bakersfield, are you there tonight, Ben? N6SWR, K6MYC and the gang, over. I'm hearing LA, but I'm not hearing him. I hear Kilo 6 Kilo something, but I'm not sure. Are you calling us? Or you? I'm in Northern California. Net control for Northern California. You can check in here, but you got to give me your Bozo number. K6 Kilo question mark K6MYC Central California Bozo Net. Kilo 6 Kilo Whiskey Foxtrot. Okay, give me your Bozo number about 4 times, over. 224. Got it, 224. Thank you for the check-in. You're not real strong, but you're Q3 and S0. 3 by 0 here into Central California near Fresno. Thank you very much for the call-in. K6MYC, go ahead.
This is KG6USS, Bozo 831, looking out toward the west off the high desert for the Bozo Net. Anybody want to check in for the Southern California Bozo Net?
Yeah, good evening, John. KG6USS, K6MYC, Bozo 47, over.
Hey, Mike, how you doing tonight? Kind of cold up here in the desert still, but glad to hear you on the radio.
Well, we've been listening to you for 20 minutes here as you've been mostly vertical. You're weaker when you're vertical, of course, but I can still hear you in there. Most of the time you're about Q3 to Q4. I don't listen too close. I could probably call it Q5 if I strained. Anyway, good evening to you. Rob is here, so let me shoot it over to Rob. He can check in with you, over.
Okie doke, I'm waiting there. Hello, Rob.
How you doing, John? KG6 USS. Excuse me. This is Kilo Mike 6 Sierra Romeo, number 432, checking in.
Yeah, Rob, got you on the list. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, I hope it's a little bit warmer over on your side there. It's been just freaking miserable the last couple of days up here.
Well, we got up to almost 70 today, not quite, but almost 70, high 60s. Tomorrow it's supposed to get into the 80s, over. By Tuesday we should be in the 80s.
Oh, I hope that's good for you, man. I got the damn heater going here in the shack, got the fire going in the house still. I thought maybe I was going to be able to shut everything down today, but nope, it's still cloudy, and it looks like it's going to rain again.
Well, good. You probably need the rain. Okay. Anybody else up here that would like to check in with John, K6MYC listening? Pretty quiet. We haven't got many check-ins here yet, John. I think some of the guys are at a club meeting. Are they? Did you say they're over at the club? Yeah, they are at a club meeting or a board of directors meeting, I think, for the Fresno Club, John. So they're not home at the moment. Over.
Mike, well,
It was a net, Mike.
They're what?
And we always appreciate you checking in for us.
What did you say, Rob?
It was a Fresno net, the net that started at 7 o'clock. It ran all the way to 7:30.
Oh, is it a FM net?
Yeah, on the repeater there, 146, 940.
Mike and Rob, sounds like Dale's trying to get a hold of you from down there in Upland, so we'll get out of here. Bozo 831, KG6USS, we'll net control and back to the vertical.
Stay in there. I heard him, but I wasn't sure he was calling us. He should usually use my call. If he wants to call up this way, I can't tell whether he's just calling into you or somebody else. KN6SHI or something. I didn't get the call right. Try it again if you would. This is Mike, Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie, Bozo 47. Go ahead, please. I don't hear him now, John.
Yeah, copy. I don't hear him either. All right, guys, I'll catch you later on. Have a good one. Have a good week. We'll see you Wednesday night.
California, Bozo 998, looking north.
998, we've got you. Kilo November 6 SHI 998. This is Bozo 47, Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie, K6MYC, north of Fresno, Delta Mike 07, over.
All right, back to net control.
Okay, I got your 998. Thanks very much for the check-in there. KN6SHI, K6MYC. Thank you. Were you copying him, Rob? Were you copying him, Rob?
I could hear some words, but not very good. That's Dale, KN6SHI. He's the net control, one of the net controls for LA.
Yeah, anyway, he got it. Somebody else popped in there. Who was that?
KG6QNY 1091.
1091. Good evening, Marcus.
Good evening, Mike.
Mike, K6MYC, W6PMD, number 58, looking your way.
Hello, Pat. 226 is here.
Gotcha. 56.
Roger. Good evening, Pat. W6 Papa Mike Delta, K6MYC, Bozo 47. Good evening, and you've got some others up here, Pat.
You betcha. Good to hear you. I just wanted to get on your list. Yeah, anybody else want to contact? I think I heard a 1091.
Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, good evening, Pat. Yep, we're just finished our local net and heard you on there, so I thought I'd say hi. So W6PMD, and good evening to all the rest of the guys up here. WA60IB 226.
Ken, good to hear you, man. Yeah, WA60IB. Good to hear you, man. It's been a long day for me, I'm telling you. I'm about ready to hang this radio up. Thanks for being there.
Okay, adios. Thank you, Mike.
Good signal down here in Carlsbad.
Yeah, hi, Ted. WA6TED number 12, K6MYC number 47. Over.
He's number 10, Mike.
Yeah, I can hear
number 10. I thought you were number 12. Okay, we got your number 10. Thank you, Ted. Good to hear you. Nice signal as always. WA6TED, K6MYC 47.
Okay, number 47. This is number 10, WA6TED. 73. Nice to always hear you there, Mark.
Now, you may get some other calls. Hang on. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, he already responded to me. Good evening there, WA60YB. Good to hear you, Ted.
W60YB, WA6TED. Whereabouts you at?
I'm just a little south of Mike here. This is Ken, WA60YB, 226.
226, okay. Yeah, well, you sounding good. Good signal. I thought you were more local than you did from where you guys are talking. So, okay, I'll get out here and let them run into that. WA6TED, Bozo number 10.
Thank you, Ted. Good night there.
Hey, good evening, Ted. WA6TED. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo. Number 432, over.
Number, what was that?
432.
432, okay. This is Bozo number 10.
Roger, Ted. Good to hear you in there. Thank you. Also wanted to give a shout out to Pat there. W6PMD. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo.
WB6 ISO, Bozo 86.
Hear you, Dennis. Stand by.
I'm hearing everybody down here. WPMD. I think we should turn back into control down here and let Larry get on with it.
Okay, we had another guy breaking in there, so I didn't get all that, but that's okay. Just wanted to give a shout out to you, Pat. Go ahead, Mike.
That's all right. It's Dennis off the back of the beam. We hear you, Dennis. I'll be up that way in a little bit.
Yeah, I've got John up in one time there, Mike. I'm going to pick him up too for a second.
Roger. Go ahead. Ken, do you want me to check in Aaron because his voice is bad, or was he even there? Okay. Anybody else here in the San Joaquin Valley or places that you can hear me from? K6MYC.
WB6 Course Gold.
Okay, 2 people. 2 in Course Gold there. Good evening, Dane. WB6JNP and a couple of others. Go ahead, Dane.
Okay, nothing new to report. The last rain event was just over an inch. So that worked out fairly well for us.
Yeah, that's interesting because I didn't get him. I didn't get a. Well, it could have been maybe a 16th of an inch, but I couldn't see the difference in the rain gauge. It was so little here. So you confirmed though what Frank said. He was rained out. He was all sloshed in his driveway again. So he said he got an inch this morning, and I couldn't believe it. But you confirmed that he was telling the truth. Not that I was doubting him, but I couldn't believe that he got a full inch and we get nothing here.
Well, that's the beauty of topography and the way the weather works.
That's for sure. Okay. Who was the other one, Course Gold? Go ahead.
803.
803. Hi, Dan. Better get Dane to turn his radio down so you don't kill him. Over.
Yeah, very good. I'll confirm the 1 inch here in Course Gold.
Very good. Thank you.
KM6SR.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, Aaron's there listening to us. He just doesn't feel like talking, so you can check him and Brittany in. Over.
I did that already. Thank you. 1079, 1100, checked in.
Roger.
Anyway, thank you, Dan. Good to hear you guys both coming out at the same time. We got 3 in course goal tonight. I don't know where the other guys are. 982 and 971 are missing, as well as BBS. But we haven't heard Frank for a few days here. He's still rebuilding the shack. It's all muddled. Anyway, I'm sure they'll check in before it's over if they're there at all. They ain't there yet, though. Must be gotten cold up there again. Okay, well, let's see. Is there anybody else here in the San Joaquin Valley that wants to check in? K6MYC Bozo Net before we go to Atascadero.
WB6ISO.
I hear you, Dennis. Go ahead. WB6ISO. Go ahead, Dennis.
Go ahead, Dennis.
Just checking in. Did hear the station out of San Diego there a little bit ago, coming in very loud down here. But anyway, good evening. WB6ISO Bozo 86, and we got 160, 336.
Roger on that. Thank you.
Yeah, we heard you trying to check in, but you were doubling with him just about every time, so it was futile.
Yeah, can't get to him. I don't know how we stand aside and waiting for him to get his antenna this way. Anyway, good evening. We stand aside. WB6ISO.
All right, Dennis. Good night.
Okay, I shall be here when we get this way.
Rob up there, 47 and 432. That's all I was able to get, and then everybody else was everything, I guess, from the net they had on local up there, so they came in and got Pat.
Thinking you're going to get a piece of paper or write something down here. I always forget it. Okay, give me the information again, if you would, please. 688, okay. I certainly get all the call. I got the number. You're a little bit too fast for me on that the number. Can you give it to me one more time slowly, please?
SKG6 USS, Bozo 831 in the high desert looking north.
Got it, GLA, got it.
And beyond.
What is it, Dennis?
Where you located? Okay, yeah, very good. Okay, and that's K6 GLA, right?
AE6 GLA.
Okay. You betcha. W2, take care. Have a pleasant good evening. WB6ISO.
Okay, if I don't hear anybody else, I'm going to go to Atascadero. Here we go. K6MYC going toward Atascadero. Okay, how about it, Ron? W6QUI. W6QUI Atascadero, perhaps KN6EIV. K6MYC calling and listening.
Good evening, Mike. W6QUI here, Bozo 1055. I haven't talked to Eric for a day or two, so I don't know what he's up to. I know his antenna's not back up. He isn't coming up on the hill much anymore, so. Anyway, yeah, we didn't get much rain here either. It did rain today also, which I didn't know was going to happen. That was crazy. Maybe a tenth of an inch, 2 days, possibly. Anyway, back to you, Mike.
Hello, Ron.
Hello.
WA6OIB here. Just wanted to say hello.
Yeah, good evening, Ken. Good signal.
Yep, you too, as usual. Good to hear you, buddy. WA6OIB.
How about you, Rob?
Yeah, good evening, Ron. W6QUI, KM6SR. It sounded good, Ron. Thanks for being there.
Yeah, good evening, Rob. KM6SR, W6QUI. That seems to be good tonight.
Yeah, it's doing okay. it's just starting to get dark, so it's kind of goofy.
It's up and down. I was on 80 earlier, and it was terrible. I don't know what was going on.
Well, the sun's got a big 1,000-mile gash in it. It's spewing out all kinds of stuff. So from one day to the next, you don't know what it's going to do to the lower bands. Over.
Oh, well, last night was great, but tonight was terrible. Must have had another flare or something.
Yeah, no, it was good last night. I worked a whole bunch of Africans on 40 meters, and we had a few that I couldn't work, but they were guys running, 100 watts to a wire at 20 feet. So, but we worked a whole bunch of guys. We had a long round table all over Africa, and quite a few, 3 or 4 of the stateside guys got in on it as well. There wasn't very much stateside activity, though. It was strange. We had some regulars in, but nobody knew that wanted to try and work the Africans, which was kind of strange because they were pounding in. But I was on until 11:30 last night. Still had good propagation at 10/9 into Africa. Over.
Oh, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, I guess 40 is a good band for that when it's open.
Well, for me, it's open every day. It's just a matter of how much static I can put up with. I worked a bunch of guys the night before. I could have, but I gave up because the static was so bad. They would be S9 and the static was 10 over.
Yeah, that's kind of what was happening tonight. It was very sporadic static last night, just burst once in a while. Tonight it was just all at 100% S9 all for the whole hour, so it was crazy.
Yeah. Probably why I'm not going to get on tonight either. Okay, 7-3, Ron. Good to hear you, and we'll look for you, of course, on Wednesday.
Yeah, I should be here Tuesday also.
Oh, Tuesday. Okay, well, we'll look for you Tuesday on 1296. I won't hear you, but we'll probably have Mel in here to take you.
Right. Okay. See you Wednesday. Let's see, Wednesday. We're good this Wednesday. Okay, see you Wednesday.
Roger, Ron. 1055, W6QUI, K6MYC, clear and heading up towards Santa Cruz.
Yep, 7-3, Mike, and again.
195.
195. Boy, it's a long time since we've heard you. Hi, Mike.
Hello, Mike. Hey, today's Morse code day if anybody knew or cares. Yeah, I've been around listening. I tried to check in a couple times, and you didn't hear me, I guess. But, yeah, I'm usually in here listening to just see what's going on. But after going to that fire down in Southern California, it pretty much wiped me out for a couple months. So just kind of getting back into the swing of things.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know how I could have missed you. I hear you no matter what direction I'm pointed. So, but you've got a little funniness in the audio, and maybe there was a break up when you tried to check in. You didn't have any audio.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, maybe this microphone doesn't have a good connection or something. Anyway, yeah, it's been probably 3 months since I actually made it in, but been listening here. Went by and saw Ken one day as well. So I'm still around. N6BYH 195.
Okay, well, it's good to hear you. Yeah. And when you said this microphone may have a loose connection and you wiggled it, it got all raspy and broken. So it was. You got the handle on it. Something wrong with that mic cord.
You're off frequency too.
High or low?
You're high.
You're high pitched. That might mean you're low frequency.
Okay. Yeah, this is that old 9130 that I bought. It seems to be almost like it's in RIT all the time, but it's not. You guys sound fine, but I'm off. So looks like I got to get in there and align the thing.
You're okay now. That's your voice.
Okay. Yeah, and you're a little high now for me, so I'll have to line it all up. See you guys. I'll be listening here. N6BYH. And hello to you, Ron, if you copy me, QUI.
Yeah, it was good to see you over here the other day, too. That's quite a machine you got there.
Thank you, Ken. Yeah, good to see you, too.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
982, good evening. A little bit late. We looked for you earlier, but you made it. Good to hear you, Daryl. How's it going?
Oh, we're going along okay. The wife's progressing about like you'd expect. We're going to see the doctor again on Tuesday and get an idea of the next step. Chemo's not off the table yet, so we got to wait and see.
Sorry, what's not off the table?
Chemotherapy.
Oh, okay. I got you.
She's going to get radiation for sure, but one step at a time. We're keeping a positive outlook over here.
There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry, we doubled.
No, I said there you go. Thank you. Okay, I'm swinging to Santa Cruz and see who we get up that way. I think that's there we are. That should be pretty close. W6 or KW6S. Kilo Whiskey 6 Sugar K6MYC. Are you there, Ron? Tom? How about Alpha Foxtrot 6 United? I'm pretty sure I pointed right here. KW6S, AF6 United. Anybody? K6MYC, over.
Golf Yankee, Bozo 884.
Okay, well, we must be radiating. Good evening, Phil. Sorry I missed this morning. I didn't wake up till 9:15, over.
I understand. Yeah. If you can get word to Ken Holden, would you ask him to give me a landline? Ask him to give me a landline at his convenience?
Yeah, Ken's here. Ken, are you copying Phil? BA60IB was here. Are you in the background there, Ken? Maybe he went in for dinner.
It's a possibility. Okay, anyway, if you can get word to him, I would appreciate it. And we'll be on the side here. WB6GGY, Bozo 884 will be standing by.
Okay, do you want his number?
I think I've got it here someplace, Mike. I just didn't want to interrupt dinner or when he was on the radio.
Okay. If you think you've got it, otherwise I can give it to you right now quickly.
I think I've got it here, Mike. I think I've got it.
Alrighty, because he may not check back in. That's the only point. Sometimes he goes away and then he doesn't get back for a couple of days. So if it's imperative, he probably ought to just let it go. Call him about 8:30 or 9, and he'll be around. You won't be disturbing his dinner at that point.
Roger. Okay. Copy.
Okay, how did it go this morning? Who checked in?
Nobody. It was zero.
Oh, it was probably a dead day. Apparently, the crack in the sun opened up again and put out some other bad stuff. I guess it was pretty bad for everybody.
Yeah, it was. There was nothing. It was virtually across the entire 40-meter band. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 conversations.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's probably. I didn't miss anything then. I didn't even wake up. Well, I woke up a couple of times. And I thought, it looks like it's about 8 o'clock. Light-wise. I was looking at the light in the room.
Yeah, check it out for me. Just let's go. WB6IFL.
What you got, Dennis?
There you go. I hear you now.
Who do you have, Dennis?
I think he's walking over the Bay Area at the present time.
Okay, he's not hearing me. Okay. All right. Thanks, Phil. We'll see you tomorrow morning, probably. If not, then tomorrow night on 6. WB6GGY, K6MYC.
Okay, real good, Mike. We'll talk to you later. WB6GGY.
Now, KW6S or AF6 United, are you guys there tonight? K6MYC, Bozo Net. Okay, I'm going into the Bay Area, the lower end of the Bay Area. Let's see who we have here at this heading. K6MYC, Bozo Net, 2 meters, Bay Area, Bay Area.
W6PQL.
No. 6JNN. Oh, WB6JNN and W6PQL. Good evening, Jim. Jim's, the big cube PQL is just knocking me right off my shelf here. You're still strong. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, yeah, it's fading a little bit, so it could surprise you, but decent signal over here. No problem. Hope you had a good weekend. I did. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, well, it rained Saturday, kind of blew out the day. We didn't get a whole lot done Saturday. I did squeeze some lemons. Got that mess in the backyard cleaned up. I had about 3 bags of lemons that were starting to go bad on me, so I squeezed 48 ounces of lemon juice. That's a lot of lemons, buddy.
Boy, no kidding, that's a lot of lemons. My gosh. Well, you're going to be a real sourpuss.
Yeah, well, I woke up with an arm I couldn't. My right bicep was aching or was real stiff. It went away. It was funny. It was just, I woke up and, oh my God, I really overdid my arm. And I wiggled it a little bit and straightened it out, and it didn't feel too bad. And then the next thing I moved it, it was gone. So it was just a little worn out, but it recovered pretty quickly. That's bicep testing is what it's doing. I have a one-armed lemon squeezing handle, big handle that pulls down and squashes a lemon half over.
Oh, okay. We've got the right equipment then. I used to have a grape press, but I don't make my own wine anymore, so I gave that away. I'm going to be golfing the next 4 days in a row, so I may run out of golf balls. Wish me luck.
Oh. A big week for golf. You might as well get out there before it gets too hot, huh?
Well, yeah, I wasn't able to play very much last week. I think I played one day. I usually play 2 days a week. So I booked a couple of days this week, and then a group that I sometimes play with booked me in a couple more days at a different golf course. So I'm stuck. I guess I'll just have to play.
Oh, geez, I feel so sorry for you. Well, good luck. I wish I could play. I could almost see the ball on the ground, much less where it goes.
Well, my eyesight's fading a bit, too. I guess I will probably need some cataract surgery here before too long, but so far I can still see okay.
Yeah, that's good. It's funny how this blindness gets you. My left eye now has taken another dump, going down a notch. And I never notice any real difference between the right eye and the left. But about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, I woke up and I had kind of a sore eye. And I happened to have a doctor's appointment actually that day or the next day, and I went in and the temp pressure in the eye was 30, should have been 15. So we booked laser surgery, and he did it. But in the course of the time waiting for the laser surgery for it to take effect, because it's not an immediate thing. It takes two weeks to a month to really lower the pressure significantly. The eye took a dump, and the right side of the left eye's vision is almost gone. Over.
Yeah, well, you've been putting up with stuff like that for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, but I'm still pulling weeds. I'm doing it by braille. Over.
No kidding. You could probably identify the weed by touch now.
You betcha I can. I know I'm getting pretty good at it. Finding all kinds of tricks. Can't see the weeds when you pull the tops of them off, but you run your hands over them and you find these little burrs that coming up, and then you grab that and pull it out. So I did my traditional barrel of weeds today. So I got that out of the way anyway. It was getting pretty warm at the middle of the day. The sun was beating down on my back, and it felt really good. Tomorrow it's supposed to be pushing 80, and Tuesday it's supposed to be 85. So we're getting back to the my warm temperature time again. Thanks, Jim. Good deal. We'll see you tomorrow night, of course, and have a good day golfing tomorrow. I can't. What do you say when you go golfing? It's not like an actor. You don't say break a leg. What do you say? Break par?
Four.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Go ahead, Jim. WB6JNN. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll keep it short because radio receiver here is acting like it's getting decent. I can't find anything, but it just drops 10 dB every once in a while, so I won't hold it. WB6JNN 285.
Okay, well, you're roaring loud. We got wonderful conditions tonight. You just sound like you're right in the shack with me, which is unusual. No, normally I don't hear you that well. I hear you good enough, and sometimes you're quite strong, but tonight you really have a presence. So the band is in fabulous shape here tonight, over.
Yeah, well, I tuned around a little bit. I didn't find anybody, and I don't think I have anybody locally that's strong enough to do that. So I don't know if there's something going on in this radio or not. It's several years old, of course. But it just pops down, and then you're S1, and the rest of the time you're S9. So I don't know. Hey, this radio,
Yeah. I mean, you must be running an R390 with a preamp using tubes, huh?
I don't know. I have no idea. I tuned down and up several megahertz or so, and I didn't see any big signals.
Wow. Okay, well, anyway, you're loud here, so I should be about as loud as you'd ever hear us.
Oh, you're S9. You're fine.
Okay. Very good. Well, anyway, good. Did you get a chance to do anything outside today, or was it just warming up enough to where you wanted to go out, but you didn't?
I took a tip from the cats and stayed inside. I went to church, that's about it, and the rest of the day we all stayed inside. Nobody went outside.
Oh, okay. Couch potatoes, huh? All righty. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night for sure on 222, and let's hope the conditions continue to be good like this. Thanks, Jim. WB6JNN, K6MYC, beaming the Bay Area for Bozo Net check-ins, over.
November 5, November Papa, Delta, 1129.
1129, good evening, Brett. Big signal, obviously. And how are you doing today?
Good evening, Mike. Yep, hanging in there. Ugly day here. Misted, what's called mist, kind of like a fog for the most part during the morning, and yeah, that's about it. It's been kind of an ugly day. Everything's too wet to do anything with around here, but yeah, I took a trip to Waterford, visited a friend, which is about an hour away. Over.
Yeah. And we have a Hamlet lives in Waterford, but he hasn't checked in lately. I don't know what's happened to Jim. K6UDE is over there. Anyway, he's a gun guy. You may have crossed paths with him being in the police department. Jim has gun competitions, shooting competitions and stuff, but he's really into that. And for that reason, he mixes probably with some of the guys in the police and sheriff's department, over.
Yeah, I think he lives there on the highway. Of can't miss all the antennas there on his house. Over.
Oh, you've seen it, huh?
Yeah, I think the call sign's familiar to me, and yeah, I think he lives there on the highway, and well, it's the state route that runs through Waterford there, and he's just to the east there, and yeah, there's all kinds of antennas, and even I think he has a satellite array.
Yeah, I don't know if that's him. It might be. The other guy would be W6. Oh, for heaven's sakes. His name is Ken. It might be KE or something like that. Yeah, a two-letter W6 call checks in here every now and then. Name is Ken. Runs kilowatt on 2 meters when he checks in. Doesn't check in very often. But anyway, those two guys. Jim is Jim Udi. K6 Uniform Delta Echo is his call. and his last name is Ude, U-D-E.
Yeah, I think it's UDE. I really think it is, because it just stuck out to me, and I think I looked his name up one time, and it's like, all right, I understand that. So, yeah, anyhow, yeah, he's got lots of stuff up there on the house, and then I think he's got another tower right there to the other side of the house. So, anyhow, yep, I was in Waterford today.
Okay, well, gosh, I wish you'd stopped in and asked him to check into the net. He just kind of got quiet about 6 months ago. He was very regular for a couple of years, and he's got pretty much all the bands, so all the equipment must be just sitting there. Either that or something's happened physically to him, and I don't know if I can't see him losing interest to the point where there was a couple of days maybe when it was too hot to climb upstairs and get on from the attic station, but that didn't stop him in the past. Anyway, good to hear you, Brett. Thanks much for checking in as always, and we'll see you subsequently, maybe tomorrow on 6 meters. K6, N6, N5, NPD, K6 MYC.
All right, Mike, we'll catch you tomorrow, 6 meters. I'll be here.
Roger, roger. Now back into the Bay Area. Was there others in the Bay Area? K6 MYC, Bozo Net.
Echo 6.
Kilowatt Bravo 6, Juliet Sugar Mike, Bozo Net is 1192.
Oh, 1192. I hear you, John, and I also hear KE6QR. Let me get QR first. John, Gary, good evening to you. KE6QR 177. Go ahead.
Hey, howdy, Mike. This is Kilo Echo 6 Quebec Romeo, back from a Amtrak vacation. Got on the train and spent 6 nights total, plus 6 nights in Louisiana. Went down to L.A. and then across Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and then up all the way to Chicago, and had some time there, and then came across the northern route through North Dakota. I had a lot of fun. We are back on ham radio, and we're trying to figure out how to get packet going again after all these years. So things are looking good. K6MYC, K6QR.
Yeah, very good. Good evening, Gary. The band is in really good shape. I mean, normally you have flutter and stuff on you. You're not super strong, but you're stronger than normal. But there's no flutter. It's just like normal conversation here. So no fading, no flutter. Band seems to be in really, really good shape. Hopefully it'll continue to be like this for a while. Anyway, great. I'm glad you enjoyed your train trip. I probably would have gone stir crazy. Well, mostly because I can't see, and it would be just a lot of riding with no inputs except sound. So anyway, but I'm glad you had fun there. Sounds like a different kind of a trip, a vacation. 7-3, Gary, thank you. KE6QR, we'll catch you subsequently here, K6MYC.
Okay, yeah, put me on the list, Mr. Mike, K6QFO 613.
Okay, good evening, Mike. 613, but let me get it over to John first. KB6JSM. KB6JSN. The audio is sounding a little better. It's still a little broken, but not too bad, John. Go ahead, please.
Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf 971. Yeah, I did some work on it, and the audio is a little bit better on my side. Over.
Oh, it got bad again all of a sudden. So whatever it is, it must be something related to temperature. I think you went off frequency with one of the guys last week, and was it Jim PQL or somebody went off the frequency to maybe help you with the bias stuff. If you have a single 1 kilowatt or 1.2 kW can't think of the transistor name, LD Boss. If you have a 1,000-watt LD Boss in there, you should be idling at about 2 amps. I think I told you that the other day, but I wasn't sure if you copied. If you don't have 2 amps of idle current, then you're not in the AB1 mode, and you're Class C, but it doesn't sound like Class C. It sounds like a combination of other stuff, almost maybe some RF feedback. You may have RF feedback that's you're not going to solve by diddling with the bias. But the first thing you got to do, of course, is make sure you've got the transistor turned on right. KB6JSM, K6MYC. Go ahead slowly.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I did some work on it, some more shielding, and it seems to work a little bit better. Over.
Yeah, you've got RF feedback though. There's noise when you don't say anything. Just keying the mic up and then just sitting there, it's making noises like that in there. Over.
Yeah, I'm using a Bluetooth headset right now to keep without the microphone, just to try to see if I can get rid of some noise. But yeah, there's some weird interference. I have to figure that out. Over.
Yeah, well, if you can clean it up, you're really loud tonight. You're really quite loud, so I can hear a lot more of the garbage that's in there. Some transmissions are better than others. That last one was very poor. I barely understood what you said. The previous one was perfect except for a few little burbles on the RF feedback. You might try taking the mic cord and balling it all up and putting it in the cup of your hands and keep the mic cord so it's only 6 inches of cord, just so you can barely get your face up against the mic, and see if that's where the RF is coming in there. You're getting RF somewhere, and of course with your close antenna in the apartment, it doesn't. It makes perfect sense. You might try something. Just go barefoot for a minute if you can. If you have 50 watts or so, give me 50 watts and see if that distortion, the RF feedback goes away. Go ahead, John. I need more. Give me a longer transmission, please. Over. Yeah. Well, it's not any better, so I don't think it's coming because you have RF in the feedback. It may not be RF feedback. It may be something else. But something's just not right. Let me see. Jim, PQL, did you go off frequency with John the other day?
Yeah, I've got a comment, Mike.
Go ahead.
Yeah, when we returned the amplifier off, he was crystal clear and sounded good, and he's only putting 10 watts out. He was perfectly fine without the amplifier.
Oh, okay, because I can't hear that. I'm hearing it broken up either way, but he's so weak it's hard to tell. So thank you for that, Mike. Can you confirm that he has his bias correct? He should have 1.5 to 2 amps of bias idle current when he keys the mic. Over.
Yes, bias is set correctly. My amplifier is built for at the moment, like
Okay, that sounds a little better. I heard a little bit more that time, Mike. Mike, see if he's. I couldn't copy the answer, but it was cleaner anyway. K6QFO, K6MYC. Ask him if he's running. He's got an amplifier. I think it's LD Moss. Should be 1.5 to 2 amps of idle current. See if that's what he's running. Over.
John, are you running 1 or 2 amps on the bias mic that we're referring to? Mike is trying to figure out what kind of configuration you're using, what to drive the amplifier.
K6MIC, K6VBG971, check in.
We got you, 971. Hang on, we're working with a station in the Bay Area. Stand by.
Okay, Mike, he's using the amplifier the way it was configured. He just doesn't know what it is without digging out the paperwork.
He built the thing.
Yeah. As you get old, you can't remember all this stuff anymore. You don't use it, you lose it.
Okay. Now, he's going to have to do that because it may be that he's just running in Class C, Mike. That's what I'm afraid of. Class C would be no idle current, and he's turning it on with drive, which means it pops on. And then he may also be generating RF feedback with that higher power, so there may be two things going on. There's two kinds of distortion that I'm hearing, and it's hard to separate it. But I think I'm hearing RF feedback, and I'm hearing Class C operation. Once you get idle current, you get into the Class AB1, which is starting to be very linear. It should be linear if he's got a transistor turned on, but you have to have idle current so that you're not using your drive power to turn the transistor on. It'll put out RF even at the tiniest little voice whisper. Over.
Yeah, I got you. It makes sense, Mr. Mike. Hey, John, do you have anything you want to pass on to Mr. Mike?
Nothing else. It is 400 milliwatts. I'm looking at the paperwork that I put down. The 400 milliwatts idle current. Over.
Confirm 400 milliwatts.
I didn't understand 400 milliwatts. No, he's got to be idle current. It's got to be current.
Oh. Sorry, 400 milliamps. No amps. Over.
Oh, do you have a meter on the amp? Do you have a meter on the amp or some way to read the idle current or current going through the amplifier? Over.
No, I would have to look at all the handheld DMM to check the amp.
I didn't get that. Something about what's a handheld? I think you said something about a handheld.
Yeah, it's a handheld DMM. Handheld DMM. That's the only way I can really check it next time.
A handheld DVM. You mean on the amplifier you have, there's no way to read the current that you're using from the power supply? Maybe the power supply has a meter. You can read it that way.
Yeah, you won't be able to read that well from the current.
Well, I should be able to read 2 amps. Okay, well, I can't help you if you can't make measurements there, so you're going to be in trouble until you can find a way to make a good measurement. You're not going to be able to do it with a handheld voltmeter unless the meter has an amperage part of it. If you can put the meter in amp and it'll handle up to 5 amps, then you could just put it in series with the power supply lead and let it read the current. But the VOM or the digital voltmeter has got to be able to handle at least 2 to 5 amps. Otherwise, you'll damage it. Over.
Yeah, Roger. I have to get that look.
All right, I'll let you go. Keep fiddling with it, but it's really, really so distorted that it's really difficult to understand. Anyway, good luck with it, John. It really helps your signal. You get really loud for me. If we had good audio, it would be armchair copy here. So you got to get that thing fixed one way or the other. The guys locally will work with you. I'm sure they will. And WB6JNN is very capable of understanding what you're doing. He's a good RF technician, knows exactly what has to happen with that amplifier. And also W6 Papa Queen London, the PQL knows, and he'd be happy to help you if you want to go off frequency and do some chatter or some testing with those guys. But I'm sure they can both hear you. JNN is a lot closer. He's in East San Jose, so he should be able to hear you quite easily. Jim, WB6JNN, are you still on frequency? He may have gone back in the house again, but if you can catch either one of them, they can certainly help you. Technically, they're top-of-the-line guys for this kind of stuff. Over, John?
Yeah, Roger. so I have to give him a chat when I can hear what he says.
Yeah, but you got to figure out some way. Go back to the original information on building the amplifier, because they've got to have an adjustment in there for the bias. There's got to be a bias pot in there where you turn the pot and it adjusts the voltage on the base of the devices or device so that you start to draw current. And you've got to go back into the original paperwork and find that information and find out how the adjustment is and what the pot is that you adjust. It'll be a little trim pot, more likely, and that's how you adjust the bias. Some pot it may be in a secondary circuit or a control circuitry, but it's in there somewhere. You can't build an amplifier without having that capability. Some bias adjustment must be in there. So just a matter of finding it and working on it from that standpoint. Good luck, John, 73. KB6 Juliet Sugar Mike, San Jose, K6 MYC, Bozo Net. Anybody else in the Bay? Well, let's see. I had one here locally. Let me pick up Dave. K6 VBG. Go ahead, Dave.
Why, good evening, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm just trying to help one of the guys with serious amplifier distortion. Go ahead.
Yeah, I caught that from your conversation. I can't hear him at all. So, anyway, yeah. I guess I'm just doing the same as I was last week. Just sitting here sucking in oxygen.
Okay, well, it's going to be a little bit warmer next week, so coming up Monday, Tuesday, you should be warming up nicely. So at least you won't have temperature to contend with in the shack, huh?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I do better warmer or colder right now.
Huh. Okay. Well, thanks for checking in. Sorry to keep you waiting there. There's others in the Bay Area also that have checked in, but I didn't get the call signs yet. Mike, K6QFO, you probably got your neighbor there, WB6WNI. Is he out?
Oh, he is. He was on 5-2 a little bit ago, Mike. He said he was stuffing his mouth with all kinds of food. I said, look how late it is. You're having dinner at this hour? It's pretty crazy. Hey, Mike, I did get a hold of Robert down at the office there, and he helped me with the U-bolts and nuts that I needed, the kits. To my door was $49. That's okay. I just need the proper hardware to fit that mounting plate to put that 11-element UHF antenna together.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, unfortunately, all them bits and pieces, particularly when you get into plates and things that have labor in them, it's expensive. But at least you'll be back in working order there.
Yeah, we just got back from the ranch in Placerville. It was pretty much really nice on most days, and the last couple of days is overcast and raining, and they got behind the old powered weed whacker, whacked down probably about an acre of weeds in 3 days. So, and I had to find time for ham radio too. You can't leave that out of the menu, right? So, Mike, I have nothing further, but hey, thank you for supporting John. And John, I know Paul and the other gentleman would be glad to give you a hand there. So, Mike, I'll put the ball back at court. 7-3, good signal to hear from you, then, Mike. This is K6QFO 616 saying, also, bye-bye.
Okay, Mike, very good. Yeah, either Jim or Jim, JNN or PQL could handle it. Both of them understand that and have had multiple years of experience with amplifiers. Jim used to work for me and did amplifier repair and upgrades and all that kind of stuff for many years. And PQL's building them, so he knows what he's doing, particularly with the newer devices. Jim PQL is probably more tuned up to the current LD MOS devices. They have tremendous gain, 24, 25 dB of gain. They're very linear, but you have to bias them. It's just like any other tube or any other amplifier. You have to put it into a current draw mode before it starts to get linear. Otherwise, Class C is okay for CW because you're just putting full power on, full bore. But when you have a voice, you come up from a very low level. At low levels, it just pops on as you come up to some level where the device starts to transmit or starts to draw current and make amplification. Below that, it doesn't do anything. So it makes missing parts of first words very obviously awkward and bad sounding. Okay. Let's see. Anybody else in the Bay Area for the Bozo Net, please? K6MYC listening.
711, K6MI.
711 is not in the Bay Area, but we'll take you, John. Good evening.
Good evening, thanks.
Okay. How about the Bay Area? Anybody? There must be some others. How about KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie? How about you, Mike?
WB6I, yes, who?
Okay, go ahead, Dennis. Go ahead, Dennis.
Yeah, well, if we get around here, I want to check. I got Rich on here. I want to check and see if he's on a vertical or horizontal so that you might be able to work him. Rich, are you still there? KJ6 NBC.
Okay, well, I'll come around in that direction just a second. I'm just finishing the Bay Area. We've got one or two more, and then we'll be there. Thank you. Hang on.
Hi, WB6WNI. I'm checking to see if Rich is hanging in there.
WB6WNI, 1090.
1090. I got you, Gary. Thank you.
I think he left us. I didn't know if it was
very good. Is somebody else there too, Mike?
Yeah, he's not hearing you, and you're not hearing him, and he's talking to me. Dennis, I can't copy you with the other stations in the Bay Area checking in. And just hang on a second.
I was just trying to check. KC6NBC was trying to get a hold of you there, but can't really hear him on there right now. But we'll be standing by you until you get over this way.
Yeah, I won't be long. Anyway, good evening to you, Gary. I understand you just finished dinner. I haven't had dinner yet. We got kind of screwed up here and missed the time bracket, so I'll be eating dinner when I get done with the net here. I'm surviving. I'm not going to starve to death, that's for sure. WB6WNI, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Yes, we just finished dinner. I was talking to QFO, Mike, on 2-meter FM, and then I told him that you were on, and then he called me back on FM and said I should get in here and start checking in. So I'm doing that, and Mike, I won't hold it. The signals are as good as ever. Yes, we had some rain today. But I'll let you move on with the net, and thanks for hanging on until I got here. K6MYC WB6WNI.
Well, I've had a number of check-ins from different areas on top of everything else, so I haven't had the opportunity to move the antenna out of the Bay Area. We're here longer than normal. Anyway, good evening to you, Gary, and we'll see you tomorrow night, perhaps on 6 meters. Give it another try. I think we have good conditions tonight. Maybe it'll hold over, and we'll hear you easily on 6 tomorrow. WB6WNI with a sneeze in the middle, K6MYC.
Alrighty, Mike, we'll say 73, and we'll try tomorrow, see what happens. K6MYC, WB6WNI.
73. Anybody else in the Bay Area, please? K6MYC, Bozo Net. Okay, I'm going on to Oakley. Here we are toward Oakley, N6RO, N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. Temperature range 49 to 62. The last 3 days have been chilly and overcast. We had a third of an inch of rain yesterday and 0.05 this morning. And no contest this weekend. Taking a break, watching tennis, and I watched the movie Wicked. It's a very a strange movie. I don't know if you've seen it. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow on the routine 222 and 6, N6RO.
Yeah, fine, Ken. Well, it's a little warmer here. We didn't get much rain at all. It sprinkled a little bit off and on through the day on Saturday. That was it. I think we got maybe a 1/16 of an inch or something. But and guys in Coursegold, 15 miles north of us here, they all got an inch, confirmed by 2 or 3 of them up there. So it was was rainy in a lot of areas, but we could have used it more here, but we just didn't get it. And the temperatures warmed up today. We got in almost to 70, and it was probably a 70 degrees where I was working in the yard out of the wind and the sun beating down on my back. It was very warm at times, so it was warmer than what you had, and it's supposed to get really warm. By Tuesday, we're supposed to be 85, so get ready. 7-3, Ken, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 222 and 6 meters. And 6 Radio Oscar, K6 MYC.
Oh, yeah, good. And food report, Atlantic salmon and, what was it? Sort of a combination of veggies that I'm all out of. Broccoli and spinach and carrots and yellow squash that amounted to one complete vegetable. See you tomorrow, N6RO.
Yeah, okay. Like I say, I haven't had dinner yet. We got kind of screwed up here, so I'm not sure Matt's coming home tonight. Judy was going to fix dinner, and then she got waylaid, and then she didn't realize how late it was getting, so she'll have something for me when I get in, or Matt will, depending on who's here. Anyway, I did not see the movie Wicked. I'd heard the name, but I haven't watched a movie I haven't actually seen a movie for in excess of 10 years. I watched a few on Netflix, I think, after Myrna passed away. But even that was not much fun. I just didn't get much out of them anymore. So I've got about the last 15 years, I'm really out of touch on what movies are out there. Judy keeps telling me about this one and that one and this one and that one with Tom Hanks and so on. I can't relate to any of them. You go back to 6 days and 7 nights, that's about my window. Part of the problem was when I'd go to a movie theater, before I got my hearing aids good, I couldn't hear good, and I'd have to rent or get them to give me headphones, and that was always a pain in the ass, so we just didn't go very often. And then after that, the eyesight started to kick in, and I can watch a movie, but I don't get much. I get nothing out of them now. Anyway, see you later tomorrow, Ken. N6RO, K6MYC, going up to Sacramento.
Yeah, I understand, Mike. It's Wicked. I see it as a Broadway musical, a movie of one, with incredible special effects. It's really fun to watch, although I know you're limited there. And I have the same problem audio-wise. I'm trying to use these AirPods, and they don't really do the job to get the vocals and some of the talking. Anyway, I'll let you run N6RO.
Okay. No problem. We had somebody say something underneath there. Who was that? Does somebody else have a comment for Ken?
Yeah, just say hello to Ken for me, WV6ISO.
I'm coming your way right now, Dennis. Here we go. 7-3, Ken.
Bye-bye.
Okay, go ahead, Dennis.
And a very pleasant good evening to you, and good evening to Kent there as well. I do have a few check-ins in here. Also, we did have here, and I do want to check before we go too terribly far into the situation, we did have Richard, KA6NBC, give a call earlier, and I'm not sure if he's still there on a vertical or horizontal, so let me take a real quick break if you may, see if he's still listening. Rich, are you there? No, I don't hear him at present time, but we'll go ahead and check him in there if you would there, Mike, number 849. So go ahead and check him in. That's KA6NBC. We also have Mr. Kent, KA6OSX, number 160. And Mr. Dave, N1PPP, would like to be checked in at 336. We also have Mr. Larry, N6BX, 782. Also have a gentleman call me, KE6GLA, number 688. believe we do have Mr. Dan N6TNI standing by, and if he is, Dan, check yourself in.
Okay, I'll try. Good evening, Mike. N6TNI, Bozo number 132, checking in live person.
I got you. No problem. Big signal. Go ahead.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I heard that you were wondering where I was at. My 9700 blew up on me. My power supply started putting out 22 volts, and it kind of burned up my 9700. So I haven't had the alt mode going here.
Oh, that's a bummer. Was that a switching supply or what?
It was a pyramid power supply, and it went from 13.8 volts to 22 volts. The power went out here. We had a power outage, and when it came back on for something went belly up in the power supply and just took out my radio. But fortunately, it was repairable. I will be picking it up tomorrow from Jeff, AP60K up there in Rockland. I had it shipped to his office.
Okay, tell me again what the power supply was. Is it a switching supply or a linear with a transformer?
It was a linear supply. It was a pyramid power supply.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, boy. That's a rarity that they do that, and they have all kinds of supposed protections built into power supplies because obviously when they go to the floating voltage before they're regulated, they really are dangerous. As far as equipment goes, they won't shock you, but they're dangerous from the standpoint of blowing out equipment. And you're a recipient of that courtesy. Ha. All right, good to hear you. Thanks very much, and we'll catch you more often. You can always check in direct. You got no problem getting down here. N6TNI K6MYC.
All right. Well, have a great evening there, Mike. Nice hearing you in there. N6TNI.
7-3.
Yeah, okay, very good. Dan, glad you got here to check yourself in. And, of course, I'm Bozo86, and a very pleasant good evening to Judy. Let's see. Oh, I think that's about all I got here for you at the present time, Mike. Just a little bit further update for those that are concerned or have an ICOM, the 910 series. There was a little bit of problem with the display, getting a little distortion to some of the signals and numbers all feeding out and everything else. ICOM did not have a replacement, but you can get one out of China, which we did finally. Did get it installed, and it all works perfectly. So for those that have a 910, have that problem, there is hope for you if you need to replace the display board in that thing. They are available. Over.
Yeah, Roger, you mentioned that last week, so everything's under control there, and Ken has some in stock. What's going on with Rich, K6NBC? He's put up some kind of a vertical or something?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. He's been busy. He just got back. He checked in earlier, called me, and so I don't know where he disappeared at the present time, but apparently he's been so busy he hadn't had a chance to work on his big antenna system up to now. I thought maybe he's going to stick around long enough that he would maybe try to work you vertical or whatever method he had over there. But apparently you got tied up with some signals over there, some amplifier distortion. A guy was having a problem with and taking kind of time to get that fixed up. So maybe he went out to get something to eat.
Yes, okay.
756.
756, I hear you, Darren. Very good. 73, Dennis, and we'll be working the Reading boys in just a minute. So you want to turn around and say hello to them. They didn't even hear you the other night, or you went away as soon as you turned around, and they stood by for you, and you weren't there. I don't know what happened. Over.
Just couldn't hear them. I don't know what the band conditions were or whatever. Just could not hear them. But I will turn the antennas up that way and take a listen for them. If I don't hear them, give my very best while I'm here. But the conditions just don't get up that way, and it made it a little difficult. So anyway, I will turn the antenna up that way. But before I do, I'm going to say hello and good evening to Darren and also Bill, KO6KD, which should be listening in, and whoever else. WB6ISO going to the north.
All right. 73, Dennis. KJ6 KFB. Go ahead, Darren.
And good evening, Dennis. And Mike. Well, Mike, I don't know. Hopefully you're hearing me better now. We have made a station upgrade, and what do you think? Is it doing a better job now than it ever has?
Yeah, it's loud. Go ahead.
Well, it's loud. Okay. Well, I finally twisted the arm of the wife, and I managed to land at 9,700 here.
Okay, well, you're running 100 watts in. I don't know what you were running before, but you're sounding very nice. Over.
Oh, well, we moved from the 857 to the 9,700. So, 45, almost 50 watts out of it. And this is doing the full 100.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. And we'll look forward to hearing you on the other bands, of course. You've got to get something up on 1296 for that one. And maybe you can get Bill to give you the antenna I sent to him if he's not going to put it up. Over.
Well, that's a possibility. Yeah, otherwise, I'm not going to be on 1296 anytime soon. I dumped my load all into this.
Okay. Yeah, we could knock up something very simple for yourself, but why don't you just go get the antenna that I sent to Bill? He'll loan it to you if nothing else. Just call it, tell him he's listening, I'm sure. You can loan it to Darren until you decide if Darren takes it down and puts it up at your place, Bill. Over.
Well, yeah, he hasn't got it up. I don't think he got it out of the box even. But I will inquire and see if I can pry it out of his dead finger. Well, no, living fingers.
Yeah, no cold dead hands here. Not yet, anyway. All right, yeah, give that a whirl. That'll get you on there very quickly. It's pointless to have a 9700 and not have an antenna up there for the band. And I know Bill's got problems finding a place for it and getting you over there to do it and so on. But if you get it put together, which is easy, it goes together in about 20 minutes, and get it up at your place and get it on, and he can see how you're going to do down here. That'll give him some more motivation to get busy.
Well, if I do that, then he's going to want it back.
Well, we'll deal with it, okay? I have a backup plan. Over.
I appreciate that. Okay, Mike, I'll let you carry on with the net. I'm sure there's others waiting in the wings, John and Bill. I did hear inklings of them back and forth. So carry on. And, yeah, I'll go see if I can pry it out of his fingers. KJ6, KFB.
Yeah, what did you pay for the 9700?
Oh, geez, what was it, about 15?
Okay. Yeah, they keep going up. That's the problem. I think, well, that's not a bad price, so I think it's cheaper than sometimes and more expensive than, I paid less than that for ours, but we did a deal, business to business for ours, so I got a little better deal, but I bought two of them, so I've got one here and one in the house, but I didn't pay $1,500. I think we paid a little under 12. Over.
Yeah, I think they retail right now for around 17, and then, of course, we got to pay taxes. But, yeah, I'm sure you did the business expense and said, no, we're not paying that California tax on there and whatnot. But what can I say? It could have been worse. It is a used model, but, hey, it sure beats the 17 and plus tax on a new one.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty, very good, Darren. Good to hear you, and we'll look for you tomorrow on 6, hopefully. One of these days on 222 when the parts come in, huh?
Oh, well, I'm optimistic. 6, my 857 still choking here and there, but we'll make a go at it. KJ6, KFB.
73. KO6KD, where are you, Bill? K6MYC.
Right here, Mike, just standing by. I'm not hearing Darren, so I presume that's who you're talking to. I'm not copying him direct, so I'm hearing some of what you're saying, and excuse me, just standing by. I want to reach out and say hello
to Dennis and say good evening to him and Danny as well, listening off to the side, and John, anybody else that might be hearing me. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully I'll be around in the morning, but I was not there this morning. I was on the air, but I was trying to get a station over in it was Prince Marion Island, Prince Edward and Marion Island. It's over there off the east coast of Africa. So anyway, they just had a pile up so deep I couldn't break it, so I just decided I gave up after a while and came over and listened. Didn't hear anybody on 40, so I'm not sure if you guys were there, if the band was out, or what was going on, but anyway, that's it. So here, officially, this is Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta Bozo 776 checking in, saying good evening, and I'll get on out of here.
Good evening, Bill. Dial point toward the reading area, but good evening.
Hey, Dennis.
Yeah, good evening there, Bill.
Hi, Danny.
Okay. Two things for you, Bill.
Yes, sir.
We weren't there this morning. I overslept, number one, till 9:15. I didn't even wake up. Phil was there, but he said nobody else was there and the band was dead. So I think the big gap in the sun got to us again. He didn't hear anybody. And he said there was only about 3 signals on the whole band that were very weak. So that made it so we didn't miss much. You didn't miss much, I didn't miss much, and Phil probably didn't miss much either. So we'll be there tomorrow, and hopefully it'll be back to normal. It was very good the night before. I worked a whole bunch of Africans, and we had good static conditions, so I could hear some of the smaller stations in there. So we had a great field day with Africans the night before. Finally, the static dropped down into the S6 to S7 window, and it was quite pleasant. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow on that band, and then 2:20 tomorrow night. KO6. Oh, the other thing is, if you would do it while Darren builds his rat hole money back up again, you could loan him he's got the new 9700, and he could put the 1296 antenna up at his place, and you guys could see how 10 watts does down this way. If you let him have it for a while, he'll give it back to you at your request to Bill. Over.
Well, he knows if it comes back at my request, it'll come back with the caveat that he installs it, and it's probably not going to happen. But I know we've been chatting about it, and wanted to surprise you when he had everything up and ready to go. So he's ready to go with everything now, except he's got the hard line, he's got the cables, everything's all in place. He just needs the antenna. And so I said, well, I was saying, well, what do you want me to do with this thing here? And so anyway, we thought we'd ask you what your solution was to the idea, and because if he gets it, then he'll just keep it. I'm not going to ask for it back. So at any rate, but we'll let it go at that for now. And I'll go ahead the next time he comes out here, then I'll just hand him the box, and he'll go ahead and put it up, and probably I guess if that's the solution, then he'll have it up by Thursday. Oh, wait a minute, hey, that's right, Tuesday's coming up. Yeah, okay, well he's all ready to go with the cable and everything installed. So it's just a case of him coming out here tomorrow, picking the antenna up, and maybe he'll even have it in place by Tuesday then.
Okay, well, you call him and tell him, since you guys can't copy each other, I don't see how you can not hear each other. But anyway, yeah, give him that word. I already said that you wouldn't mind probably loaning it to him or giving it to him. So one way or the other, it's his or yours. It's up to you guys to work it out. K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. No, I don't hear him when he's got his antenna pointed towards you. But I'll catch him over on Simplex. We work each other on Simplex on FM at night. All right, good night to you and Judy and everybody else on the net. 73KO6KD.
Roger. See you tomorrow.
Roger.
AJ6QS.
AJ6 Queen Fox. Good evening, George. Go ahead.
Yeah, 86 Quebec Lima, not Fox. Yeah, Bozo number 1031, but keep it short because it's already 9 and you still have to do, I think, Reading and Nevada, right? Over?
Yes, I do. AJ6 Queen Lima, K6MYC. Fine, George. Good to hear you. Missed you last week or so, but I know your schedule is all kind of jumbled around the wife situation there. So good to hear you. Nice signal tonight. Everybody's sounding good tonight. The band's in very, very good shape. Thank you very much, and I will go up and get John quickly, and then we'll get Reading in here. Thanks, George. AJ6 Queen Lima, K6MYC.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Good night, and best to Judy, AJ6 Kia.
73.
410. 6HNA 1013.
Okay, we got 410 and 1013. Yeah, very good. Good evening, Russ. Good to hear you. Over.
Oh, hey, Mike. Good evening. Just keep it quick. Hey, congrats to Darren on the 9700. Yeah, he won't be regretting that at all. And good evening to Bill and George and wow, John, if he can hear me, everybody out there. So anyway, I know you got to run, so I'll just say good evening and jump out, Mike. K6MYC KW6T.
Okay, one of these days when you get a little extra time, you can get that 432 antenna back up. I think you have 432 and 1296, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got that. They're both up on the tower. Just got to connect them.
Oh, okay, good deal. Thank you for checking in, and good evening, Russ. Over to you, Greg, WA6HNA. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. WA6HNA 1013. Just wanted to say hello, and I'll let you get going. I know you've got a lot happening there, so it's been a long night already anyway. Back to you.
Yeah, Roger. Well, we're doing all right. We got lots of check-ins, so we're pushing toward 40 here, and probably get at least that many by the time we're all done. Thanks, Greg. Good to hear you. Talked to Phil earlier. And again, I appreciate your effort and everything getting his HF antenna fixed. The band was dead this morning, but we'll probably take advantage of it. It's been good, and he's worked Mark up in Montana, who he's had trouble with before when the antenna was not in the best of shape. It may have been down for a long time, but he's certainly doing good now. So thanks for helping out. Appreciate it. WA6HNA, K6MYC, 73.
All right, 73, Mike, and yeah, happy to help them out and get that going, and glad that it's working out well, so that's good. I was on 80 meters at about 7 o'clock this morning, and the band went long right about 7:30, so then everything shut down after that, so I don't know what 40 meters was doing, but that's what 80 meters did. All right, take care, Mike, WA6HNA.
Yeah, Roger, 73. Okay, KR6MR, John.
Yeah, good evening, Mike, K6MYC and the group and everyone in the greater Sacramento area. KR6MR, Bozo 759, over.
Yeah, good evening, and good signal from 759 area, Meadow Vista. The band's in very good shape tonight, so it's good to hear. I'm not struggling at all with anybody. Everybody's armchair copy here for the most part. There's only one or two stations that were even slightly weak. So overall, we've been doing good, and great to hear you. Thanks for climbing the stairs. We're going to move on and see if we can get Reading in here. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm edging toward finishing the net and getting dinner before 9 o'clock. I don't think that's going to happen, but we're going to work on it anyway. If I eat late, I have heartburn at night when I go to bed, so I want to get it in my tummy before too long here. Get back to you, John, and we'll look for you tomorrow night on 6, of course. KR6MR, K6MYC.
Yeah, Mike, I have the same issue with heartburn. We all do as we age. Okay, just a quick note, had about a half inch of rain in this quote-unquote storm, only a half inch, and with that, I'll let you go into Reading. KR6MR, see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, we got something under a 16th of an inch. It was not even worth mentioning. But the guys in Coursegold, 15 miles north, got 1 inch, and it was confirmed by 2 or 3 of them. So all around us, the rain came good, and I don't know how much Phil got up there in Trainhard, but I imagine he got well in excess of an inch. So somewhere between 0.6 of an inch everywhere except here, and an inch. Here we just didn't get much. It even rained again in the Bay Area today a little bit, so we're just being left out. Thanks, John, and we'll see you tomorrow night. KR6MR, Meadow Vista, K6MYC.
Okay, 73, KR6MR.
Hello, John.
Hi, Dennis.
You're sounding good like always.
1179.
You're doing a mighty fine job.
Was there a W9 in here?
1179.
1179. Let's see, that would be another John. KN6 Whiskey Foxtrot Lima.
Kilo Delta 6 Whiskey Victor Lima, Modesto.
Yeah, Whiskey Victor Lima. I knew I had that wrong. KD6 WBL. Good evening, John. 1159, is it?
1179.
1179. Yeah, you can tell I'm starting to lose interest here. Okay, good to hear you. Thanks for checking in from Modesto. I'm going to take a standby and see if I can hear the Reading boys. You might want to spin around if you can rotate and see if you can hear them. They could be coming in quite nicely tonight. The band sounds in real good shape here. KD6, is it Kilo Delta 6, Whiskey Victor Lima, right?
Roger, Mike. Thanks for the check-in. KD6WVL 73.
Roger, 73. Sorry to make it so short tonight. Okay, let's see. Reading, see if I can find where you guys should be. K6MYC Bozo Net, Reading, KD6SW or KO6HS. Go ahead.
All righty. Good evening there, Mike. KD6 Shortwave, Reading, number 145.
145, good copy. Not booming, but I haven't tried optimizing yet. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, okay. Well, we had some rain last night. I don't know how much. I just heard sitting on the awnings outside throughout the night and things are nice and wet this morning. Anyway, a couple of times there was a nice signal up this way here this evening.
Okay. A little fade, but okay on the rain. We got rain Saturday, but nothing. Well, we got rain yesterday, but it was in the daytime. Nothing today at all. No rain. We only got a 1/16 of an inch. 1/16 of an inch, if that. It was mostly unmeasurable for all practical purposes. Good to hear you. And I'm surprised it took a fade so quickly. You came in good, and then you just faded right out with flutter. Let's see if Jerry's in there. KO6HS. Go ahead, Jerry. K6MYC. Over.
Roger. KO6HS 230 on the air here. Yeah, we heard you earlier. Heard you very well earlier, Q5, but we took a fade just now. Took a good fade, and signals are marginal, but you are still in there, still copying you. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, you're good. I'm surprised. I thought the band would be better. The band has been very strong for all the guys in the Bay Area and all the guys in Sacramento. Everybody's been above average in signal strength, but you guys are not getting into that path for some reason tonight. It's readable and Q5, but not bodacious by any means, Jerry. And I thank you very, very much for being there as always. KO6HS, and then you can shoot it up to Rich for your final there, K6MYC.
Okay, you had a little double at the end, but your signal just came way up there, so I guess the propagation recognized that Rich was on the air, so it had to take some consideration for him. Anyway, good copy now. It's just about S9. We'll turn it over to Rich for a final there and let you get on with the things. It's getting a little bit later. KO6HS, over.
Oh, yeah, booming signal now. Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, okay, Mike. By the way, did you hear me the other night there on 432? Over.
I heard you say, what did I get? I heard 145. That's what I copied from you. And I never heard you again. I called and responded, but I never heard you again. But I did get you checked in, over.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard you come back with repeating my number there. I didn't hear you after I heard that little bit there. You were just plain gone. So if I would have heard you, I would have transmitted some more there, Mike. I'm glad you were able to hear me on 432 finally.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how many times have you tried. How many times have you tried, over?
Well, I listen every week there to see if I get a burst of signal, you know, and just waiting for a chance to jump in there and give you a call. Got to wait for the right time, you know, over.
Yeah, that's too bad. I'll pay more attention. I mean, you really surprised me because I kind of knew in the background that you had 432 up there, but I wasn't sure what you had for antennas and power. How much were you running power and antenna-wise?
Oh, just a barefoot 9700 here, and the antenna is an 11-element Fishcraft. Yeah, it's mounted right below my 6-meter antenna, and that only puts it up about 12 or 15 feet off the ground, over.
Okay, well, I'm surprised you're not hearing me, because I was running 800 watts. I run fairly heavy smoke on that band, and you should have been able to hear me quite regularly. So I'm surprised you're not doing better on the hearing standpoint. But I heard your 432, or 145, I should say. I heard you say 145. I got that clearly. And but I didn't hear any more. So it was either maybe an airplane reflection or something. In the long term, I want to keep an eye out for an M-squared antenna, maybe something a little bigger, a 13 wavelength or something. We also make a 6 wavelength, which is quite effective, quite manageable, quite long, but a lot more gain than the Cushcraft. God knows where the Cushcraft gain is. It may be up in the FM band. They don't work real well on the lower part of 2 meters, over.
Well, I had, when I put this thing together, I had gone by the instructions on the lower end of the band and tuned it out the backyard using my
Okay, I had trouble with that. I got most of it, but I had trouble that time you got down into my noise here. But understand. Well, keep an eye out on the used market. You never know what's going to turn up. You might find a good combination of 2 meters and 432 from somebody that's old and decrepit, or SK or whatever. 7373 Rich, and we'll catch up with you. Hopefully see you tomorrow. We'll listen for you. We will listen for you on 6 meters. KD6SW, KO6HS, K6MYC, 73. Okay, I'm going to go to Nevada quickly here. Okay, up to Nevada. Nevada, KD6, KE7 UQL, KE7 Uniform Quebec London, or N7 N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. Anybody up there tonight, over?
Here is 272, KE7 UQL, over.
Oh, hi, Daniel. Good signal. Sounds good. How are you doing?
Doing fine, thank you. I will report 2 inches of snow yesterday.
Oh, boy. Well, that slowed up the antenna activity, didn't it?
Sure did. And I will be transitioning to HF for the weekend contest, over.
Oh, okay, so you will, that's coming up this weekend, but will you be on 222 tomorrow?
No, I'll keep 2 meters up, and I'll put up 40 and 20 and perhaps 15.
QSL, okay. Well, we'll look for you Wednesday then on 2 meters, Rich. Daniel. Thank you much. Let me see if anybody else is in. Let's take a standby and see if we can hear Eric. You might listen for Eric there. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. N7 VAZ. I wonder if any propagation to you there in Reno. Eric, N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, K6MYC, over. 1193, we got your Bozo. Very weak, but we got you. So good to hear you up there from Reno. Thanks for being there tonight, Eric. Good to hear you. Thank you very, very much. And I think we've worked you also on 432. So we'll look for you again Wednesday and Thursday this week. 73, N7 Victor Alpha Zulu in Reno, or near Reno, K6MYC, over.
Come back to KD7 UCL after a while.
Yeah, I lost him in the fading there. Anyway, no problem. Thank you, Daniel. I don't hear anything from Larry. N7 Whiskey Tango. Larry, are you here? How about Stan? K7SUN. Stan, are you here? Let me go way over towards Stan here directly. K7SUN, K6MYC. Any copy, Stan? Okay, nothing from Stan. So 73, Daniel. 73, and we'll see you Wednesday. And try to stay out of the snow. Hi. KE7UQL, K6MYC will be clear. Good morning, good evening. Good evening to you, Eric. 73. Yep, 73.
Yes, Eric, can we go down 5 over? US down 5.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the Bay Area for late checks and miss. Rob, you've been very quiet. You want to turn down toward Eddie?
Okay, I'll go down that way.
Just stop at the Bay Area. We didn't get either one of the Santa Cruz stations today, which is quite surprising. I think I got 290 something here. Let's see. Let me go a little further. Let me look for KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. KB6 WFC Bay Area, K6MYC Bozo Net. Laid checks or missed. Nothing heard. Bay Area, K6MYC Bozo Net. Over. Let's try KW6S or Alpha Foxtrot 6 United. AF6U, Alpha Foxtrot 6 United, KW6S, K6MYC, calling and listening. They're both missing tonight. I'll keep going. Go ahead, Rob. Give a call if you're down there.
Okay. KE6BK, Eddie, you're on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net. KE6BK, this is KM6SRR with K6MYC standing by. Good evening, Eddie. Boy, you're kind of weak, but I got a copy on you. Okay, that sounds good. Yep, we'll catch you tomorrow on your net and our net. Sounds good there. KE6BK, KM6SRR, 2-meter Bozo Net.
858, right?
That's correct, Mike.
Yeah, Roger. Good evening, Eddie. Thanks for checking in. And listen for N6SWR. He called in late last week, Rob.
Okay, Ben, N6SWR, you out there? How about old Bozo 61, KB6RQU? KM6SR, not hearing anything, Mike.
I'm down that way, too. I'm not hearing anything. Okay, so we'll be calling a wrap. Looks like we got about the same number that we got the other night, about 40 to 42, something like that. I haven't got a count, so don't worry about it. Judy's not in the shack. She's cooking dinner.
Okay, yeah, I can get a count, but it doesn't matter to you. That's fine. We had one guy check in from L.A. that I can't find. It doesn't make sense. He gave us the number 224, and it was K6KWF, and I can't find anything with the number close, or any iterations of his call sign. So I don't know who that was.
Well, I thought 224 was KN6SHI. I might be wrong.
No, KN6SHI is Dale. He's 998. I recognize him because he's one of the net controls.
Yeah, okay. I got him separately. That's right. I did hear 224.
Yeah, the call sign is totally different on that than for 224.
I don't think I ever got a call.
Well, you're repeating K6KWF.
No, I don't think so. I don't remember that call. Whatever call I had, it had a prefix with another letter after the K.
Well, 224 is K6TW.
Well, I would just let it go for now. It's not a crisis. Just don't worry about it. And we'll just call it a fluke. I may not have heard what I heard. Maybe he was checking in with the other group and wasn't trying to check in with us anyway. Over.
Tim Goodrich?
He might have been checking in with the Southern California group, and I just heard him because we had really, really good, not loud conditions, but I was hearing a lot more stations down there than normal. Over.
Okay. Anyway, I'll let you go then. I know you're hungry. K6MYC, KM6SRR, 73.
Yeah, Aaron, we're sorry that you're not feeling well with the voice again. That's really too bad. But good evening to you. Thanks for doing the net. We've got you logged in here. We'll see you tomorrow night. Maybe you'll be able to talk. Hi. K6USY and KM6SRR and others that may be still listening. K6MYC, Bozo Net, 2 meters in the Bay Area. Signing clear.